Hello, gorgeous. So I want to share with you the biggest hack I know, like the biggest tool in my toolkit, the one I lean on the most. And that is syncing with the seasons. So syncing your work, your life with the seasonal gateways, the solstices and the equinoxes, those four major thresholds of the year. This is what the Vessel, my online, on-demand course library, is structured around. So this is a whole journey through the full cycle of the year. All the equinoxes, all the solstices, and then in between there as well, all the astrological archetypes. And so this is so essential, and I've seen it transform so many lives. And there's three things that this can give you. There's many more, but we'll start there. One is a sense of being held by something bigger than you. So when we sync to these seasons, we are held by the energy that created the universe herself. Like we are held by this energy of vitality, this creative current, this creative consciousness current. You know, I call it the Kundalini, right? This is that sexual current that moves through us, as us, that animates us, right? And there's the sexual force, the creative force that kind of rises up from below, and then there's that energy of grace, that divine energy that descends from above. And when we sync to the seasons, when we allow that full death and rebirth cycle that winter, spring, summer, and fall give us, we sync back up to that current. We sync up to that sort of river of life energy that has held us from the moment we were born, and will receive us when we die. And so there's an extra power when we sync up with that. We're held by the spirits, by the energy of the seasons, by the elemental spirits, our guides, our helping spirits that are really here to serve us. Another reason is that our efforts are amplified. So when you're doing work aligned with the winter solstice on the winter solstice, it's way less difficult. When you are choosing to release, in fall and winter, it's so much easier to unravel unhealthy patterns if you do it at that time of year. And there are specific practices and in specific sequences that we can do to allow that work to just be less hard. In addition, in the springtime and in the summertime, this is like the natural time that we want to be creating. We want to be sending prayers out into the universe. We want to be amplifying our ability to master our realm. So working with the four elements to actually have an impact on reality. So there's certain times of year where our efforts are amplified, where we can really plug into our power, our gifts. So we're not working against the current here. Number 3 is that we can awaken dormant gifts. So all of us are going to have a natural affinity towards one season or another. For example, our culture in general is really wanting us to constantly be productive. We're constantly wanting to create, and you got to make stuff, and you got to be, useful and all of this. And, we're starved of a death in many ways. We're starved of that space of releasing the unhealthy patterns. And so when we're syncing with the seasons, we allow ourselves to maybe dabble in those spaces, in those seasonal spaces that we wouldn't naturally feel inclined to go. And in there, we have natural gifts that maybe we haven't explored. This is where the astrological archetypes are very useful, very specific practices to awaken those potentials within you. Because if you're a human, you have the capacity of each cycle. You have all the gifts and all the shadows of each part of the cycle. And so syncing with the seasons, it allows us a space to sink back into the natural flow of the universe. So again, we're not fighting flow. We're allowing ourselves to be a part of it. And there's a special bliss that comes with that too. A special kind of joining with the heartbeat of consciousness of the world, and belonging to life. So the vessel takes us through this whole process. Registration is open right now. I would love to have you in there. There's also a mentorship option, which allows you for one monthly meeting with yours truly to tailor these practices to you, to tailor this journey to you. Hope to see you there. Lots of love. Mwah.